Heavy
Bored.
I always say, context is nice and all, but sometimes you can talk about context until you're blue in the face, and what do we get from it, right? What does it tell us about the poem? Sometimes we get kind of overemphasized on context. I think we're going through that kind of moment now where you have a professor stand up and give a lecture and all they talk about is the political context around some fucking poem in like the 1920s, and it is so boring, it is so reductive, and it really doesn't tell us much about the work of art in front of us. As I say, the great stuff, and Bloom says this too, Wendler says this, all the great scholars say this, good work transcends the time frame it was written in. So, sure, context is helpful. There's a place for that. I'm not going to deny that. But there is such a thing as overemphasizing context. There is such a thing as trying to pretend that we can get into the mind space and the head space of people from 1873, where this poem was estimated to be composed, and if we do that, we'll have some greater understanding of this poem that transcends the period that it was written in. And I just think that's hogwash. I think it's unprovable bullshit is what I think that is. So, let the hate mail flow. Let the hate mail flow. But it's unprovable bullshit. And I always say, you can talk about context till you're blue in the face. What matters is the poem right in front of you. The piece of art right in front of you. That's what matters. It isn't, you can talk about all this other stuff. You can talk about historical context. You can talk about political turmoil. You can talk about the world wars and all this kind of crap, the Civil War in terms of Dickinson and things. Walt Whitman, etc. And no doubt, like I said, that's important. It has a place. But I just think it's doing a disservice to this beautiful work of art that transcends the period it came in. I don't know what it was like to live in the 1400s in the Middle East, but I can look at the art and I can tell you whether it's good or not, what it's saying, where it's hitting me in these sweet spots. If it's hitting me nowhere, maybe I don't feel anything from it. Maybe it's dated, right? Maybe it doesn't transcend the period, but usually the great stuff, the stuff that's been canonized, is good. It transcends the context, whatever the fuck that context may be. And I just want everyone to keep that in mind as we move forward here.
Inner.
Resources. American resources.
Being bored?
Some activities are intentional, right?
It shows such a lack of gratitude for life. Bored. I aspire to boredom, I should say.
Bored. Heavy.
I am heavy.
Bored.
Has you the night sweats and the day sweats, pal? Pal, I do.